right, good morning. Today you are getting your first quarter project. Throughout the year, we will have four quarter projects, and today you are being assigned your first quarter project. We, of course, are in our biological basis of behavior unit, and as part of that unit, we are studying the very fascinating organ of the brain. Now, as it is fall, one of my favorite seasons, we are going to be incorporating part of my favorite season, and that is Halloween, into our study of the biological basis of behavior, or more specifically, the brain. And so today you are being assigned to create the restaurant for zombies. For this project, you will need to design a menu for a restaurant that caters to zombies. As you know, zombies are very fond of eating brain, and so your goal is to create 7 mouth-watering brain dishes for zombies to enjoy. You will need to show at least one page from your restaurant's menu that has the 7 dishes assigned. Your menu obviously can be multiple pages, but it needs to be at least one page long. The name of your restaurant should be prominent on the menu, and the name of the restaurant must be creative. So think of something that zombies would be attracted to and they would want to go eat. Each of your 7 dishes must reflect a different part of the brain and be creatively named to do so and described in detail. So, for example, if you went to Outback, they don't just have grilled chicken breast, they call it Alice Springs chicken, and there's a reason for that. So your 7 dishes not only are named after different brain parts, but they're going to be describing what the function of those brain parts are. So the parts and areas of the brain that you may include in your menu are the hypothalamus, the amygdala, the hippocampus, cerebellum, reticular formation, pons, pituitary gland, medulla, spinal cord, thalamus, frontal lobe, temporal lobe, occipital lobe, parietal lobe, Wernicke's area, Broca's area, the corpus callosum, the sensory cortex, or the motor cortex. So you will need to choose at least 7 of these different areas of the brain to include in your zombie menu. Be sure that the name of your dish matches the function of the brain part as well. So each of your 7 dishes must include a description about the function of the brain part, and you want to describe them in an attractive way so that a zombie will look forward to eating your dish. So for example, you wouldn't just be serving up pituitary gland, but perhaps instead grilled pituitary that grows on your plate over a bed of sautéed jasmine rice. You will also need to have at least 3 pictures of your different dishes as well. Okay, so kind of a breakdown of what you're going to be turning in for this assignment. Your menu must be in a printed format, so you're turning in a physical menu. However, your menu that you have designed can be either done digitally or by hand. That's going to be completely up to you on the format that you want to use for the creation of your menu, but you are still turning in a physical menu. Your menu, which you all have been to restaurants, I'm sure, so you know what menus look like. Your menu has to include at least 7 brain dishes. So you obviously can go above and beyond and do more, but you need to have at least 7 dishes based on different parts of the brain. You need to have at least 3 pictures of these dishes that you have described. You can have more pictures, but you need to have at least 3. And then your menu should also include other zombie enticing things like drinks and sides. So you want to make this as realistic of a menu as possible, just being catered towards zombies. You might also consider including some extras, like a zombie children's menu, for example. The menu itself should be in color, okay, very colorful. It should be neat, and it should be attractively presented. This is going to be a big part of your grade is the creativity that you are able to display, and you want to create a finished product that you are proud of. And so having an attractively presented menu is very important to all that. Now, this project can be completed alone, or if you would like, you may work in a small group of people of no more than 3. So that's up to you if you want to work by yourself or if you want to work with a partner, but no more than 3 people in a group. Also, if you choose to work with other students, which is fine, you may choose to work with other students who are in other AP Psych classes. So not in just your class period, but in any of the 6 class periods that I teach throughout the day. You would simply need to indicate on your rubric, obviously your group members' names, but then their class periods as well. Aside from today, you're not going to be given any class time to complete this project. So you'll want to budget your time wisely, figure out when do you have extra time outside of school to complete your assignment, but you are not going to be given time in class beyond today to work on your project, so plan accordingly. So speaking of which, when is my project going to be due? So today is Tuesday the 27th of September. Your project will be due on Tuesday, October 11th. So you will have exactly 2 weeks to complete your project. Let's flip over and now look at the rubric for this project. You'll notice right off the bat that this project is worth 75 points, which is just about the same as a test grade. So for those of you who maybe have been struggling a little bit with your tests so far this school year, this could be an opportunity through some hard work and creativity to increase your score, your overall grade for the quarter, that is, to something that you would prefer. So a breakdown of how scores are going to be laid out. First of all, points are going to be awarded for the name of your restaurant. It needs to be a creative name, and it needs to be an appropriate depiction for zombies eating brains. Okay, so it has to make sense, essentially, for the theme of our restaurant. You need to include your 7 dishes. Your dish names and their descriptions must reflect that you know the function of each of the 7 brain parts that you have chosen. So not only do they have the name of the brain part in them, but within the description of the dish, you have somehow worked in the function of that brain part as well. So you're demonstrating that you understand what that part of the brain is responsible for. You will have included at least 3 pictures of dishes, and so there's points awarded for that. And then finally, a decent chunk of your grade comes from the menu itself and the presentation of the menu. Is it colorful? Is it neat? Does it include extra things to make it more realistic as a menu? That's the sort of thing that I'm looking for here, and those points will be awarded accordingly. So again, our project is worth 75 points, which is a decent amount of points. This is due on Tuesday, October 11th. The rest of your class period today will be devoted for you to brainstorm some ideas. Haha, get it? Brainstorm. Brainstorming is about the brain. Yeah, okay, sure. Done with my little jokes. The rest of the class period today to think about what you want to do for this assignment. Start planning out maybe different areas of the brain that you would like to include, what those dishes might be called, how they could be described. But again, this is the only time in class that you will have to work on this. So you have the remainder of the period today to, like I said, brainstorm your project. Should you have any questions about your project, please feel free to email me or ask in class tomorrow. But otherwise, I hope you all have a great day. Thank you.